Hi, honey. How are you? I'm fantastic. Your girl, she's got a little bit of news, okay? Let's get into it. Hello, world. Come inside the Dear Juju podcast. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a little gig, you guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I think I've told you before, I haven't worked as a choreographer. December 1st will be a year. A fucking year. So I've been really working on my monetization, right? I've been working on Substack. I've been working on, monetizing my videos. And just like, okay, how can I get paid? What can I do? How can I do my talents to actually turn it into income and monetize all that I got? Well, from my Substack, a event company in America asked if I would be a creative consultant. So I'm consulting every once in a while on a need to know, like hourly kind of basis. And I am just through the moon. We had our first call today. And it's so funny because she loved everything I gave, which was amazing. And it just came so effortless. It was just like, the first thing she needed help with was branding. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just someone who's interested in life, and I love good taste and what that means, and brands and interiors and mood, and I just love it all. And I'm like, oh, bitch, branding for an event company? If I was an event company, this is what I would do. And I gave it to her, and she was like, oh my God, that's pushing the envelope, and we love it. And I'm like, great. So I just got off my call, so I'm buzzing like a motherfucker. And I feel good. I asked for $250 an hour. Creative direction. You're getting all of this knowledge up here. And I think that's a good rate. I'm not going to nickel and dime them. You know me. I like to talk about money. I talk about hourly rates. Don't ask me how much I'm getting paid, because I will fucking tell you. Because I think it's important that women talk about money. And the only way that I knew to ask for $250 an hour is my sister introduced me to a social media consultant, and she got paid $250 an hour for me. And my sister fronted the money until I could pay her back, and then I paid her back. But I remember being like, oh, $250 an hour? Wow, that's pretty steep. And now here I am on the other side being like, yes, I am worthy of $250 an hour, especially with events, planning, decor, creativity, graphic designs, taste, education, color, like all of that. That is in my wheelhouse. So I am a creative direction consultant. And I'm happier than a pig in shit, because this is all stuff that is just stored in my brain of all the taste levels of all the things. And it feels good to actually get it out and help someone, and get paid for it. And I'm so proud of myself. And I'm just really happy. And it happens to be with a girl that I went to elementary school with. She is absolutely beautiful. She has such class, such taste, clearly, because she hired your girl. But it feels good. It feels good to work. It feels good to be hired as Dear Juju. I once did a mantra for about a week where it was like, I get paid to exist. All of my knowledge, all of my essence, all of the things that I have to offer, I get paid to exist. And I just kept saying that. I don't need to do anything because I am it. Just me showing up is me being paid. And so that kind of like rewiring, like you have to hustle and you have to grind, you have to do stuff. And it's like, I have hustled, I have grind, I have done stuff. I don't need to do that anymore. Of course, I need to apply it and do all of that. But I think it's just really fun and important to get paid for what you love to do. And it feels like all my hard work that I've been doing lately over the past 10, 20 years, over the past 2 decades is now finally paying off. Like how when we got approved for the loan, it was my jewelry line and my caftan line. I started my jewelry line when I started it in 2004. Get into that. I really kind of got big in 2008. Even next level in 2012. We are in 2025, but that's what got us over the line for our loan. And so it just feels like the things that I have done in research are just now paying off. But thank God, because I thought Who knows how things ever pay off? And look at it. So my nipples are hard and I had to share. Now, my husband went out of town because he booked a Super Bowl commercial. This is how early they shoot the Super Bowl commercials. Isn't that crazy? We are in, what are we in? We're in October, and they air in February. Isn't that nuts? So he went out of town and did some prep for the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh my gosh, I miss him so much because he's a doer. He very much helps with the kids. He helps in the morning. He takes them to school so I can sit and start work on my computer. And so it's very much a tag teamed effort. When you're a solo parent working with kids and PTAs and Substacks and shooting and filming my own content, my own social media, my own, right? Some stuff falls through the cracks. And honey, as soon as he got back, he would not let me forget what fucking fell through the cracks. So all that, oh, I missed you so much, I love you, is just, can you find a toilet flush? I'm talking to myself here because I'm the editor. Find a toilet flush fucking sound effect. There you go. That's all the missing. And let me tell you what I did. So this room, this is our podcast, my podcast room, and our storage room. We don't have a garage, which is where you would normally kind of store Halloween things, pictures, taxes, right? So this one room we've dedicated. Okay, I'm going to shoot in this room, and we're going to use it as storage room. Wow. I did all the laundry because I'm an amazing woman. And there's no washer dryer, okay? It's just a washer and then you fucking hang dry them. That shit takes forever. So you're always kind of behind. And so what I did is I was like, I'm not going to take it all upstairs now because I have another 2 loads to do. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to take it upstairs now because I have another 2 loads to do. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to take it upstairs now. Why? Because I got another 2 loads to do. And then once I fold everything and have it perfectly folded, then I'm going to take it up. Well, I got everything perfectly folded and organized here on the table, this table right here. But I never actually got to the place of bringing it upstairs and putting it away in the drawers. And don't you know, I got talked to. Can you please not use your podcast room as a catch-all fucking shoving things and putting things on the floor? Well, also my kids love to play in this room because let me tell you, it's kind of like New York. If you ever been to New York with a brownstone, what we live in is a Victorian era home. So there's 4 levels. And on the lower floor, which is this fucked up, that's where the servants come through. There's a servants entrance. It was a different time. We're in the servants' bedroom. And next to the servants is the kitchen, right? And then you go up the stairs to the living room, and there's 2 living rooms. Well, I'm mistaken. They're not 2 living rooms. One's a living room and one's a dining room because you're not supposed to dine down here. This is where they work. This is where the maids stayed. Get into that. So, but we have a living room for us and then a living room for the kids because I don't want to fucking be watching Bluey at times. You know what I'm saying? They like to be where their mom is, right? So if I'm down here playing music, drinking wine, cooking dinner, they want to be down here coloring, playing Beyblades, doing Legos, fucking having sticker books. So I have a little section for them with games and fun things. So because there's no TV down here. And I actually love when they're down here cooking with me. It's actually a really fucking good time. But we've kind of accumulated a lot, right? There's markers and books and Beyblade stadiums and fucking dress up clothes and this and that. And it's now a trunk full of shit. Well, I clearly just need to get a trunk. But instead of getting a trunk, we have it all kind of in bags and boxes and kind of funky things. My help cleaner came and I had friends over, so I moved it into here, into the corner, so that she could clean and pull up the rug so that when I had guests over, they weren't fucking looking at toys because, God, I hate nothing more. And I put it in here on the floor, in the corner. And he said, could you please not use that in the room? And I need to get around to set your focus for the podcast. And you just forgot about the clothes and you put your fucking... I said, are you fucking kidding me? Squeeze me? Let's talk about how good this downstairs floor looks because it's all clean and tidy. And yes, it's all in bags, in beautiful bags, all organized. All of this is organized. Now, did I get to 90% and not complete the last 10%? Yes. But am I not appreciated for that 90% that I fucking did? I'm like, shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. Get out of my goddamn face. I recently saw something that said, luck and wealth of a household flow with how appreciative and kind you are to your wife, because it's a yin and yang energy. So the woman represents the beauty and the wealth and the luck. So make sure that she is appreciated and loved. And I said, you are cutting off your luck, buddy. You are cutting off your wealth if all you can do is look at that situation, see the 10% that I got wrong, and fucking nitpick me. No. See, don't you love when he's out of town, all I talk about is sunshine and lollipops and how amazing our marriage is? Then when he's back in town, it's still like that. But this is what you need. You need the yin and the yang, to the Eastern world's fucking point. You need the yin and you need the yang, right? And I said, you should be glad I did all the fucking laundry. Do you know what it takes to wash and then hang? It's a 2-day process, and then fold. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. It's boring to hear about our lovers' quarrels, but they're just fucking annoying at times. Anyways, I am so... Oh, speaking of Substack, have you been on my Substack this fucking week? It is all about the October style guide, how to wear black, not to fade away, but how to stand out. And honey, it's got so many good tips and tricks. If you don't feel like subscribing to my Substack and becoming a monthly member, what you need to do is go on to my Instagram, click my link in bio, and I'm selling it as a one-off masterclass. And I think that's a good deal. Like, if you just want to have an October style guide and support in a little way without the full commitment, I'm giving you away too, darling. And it's filled with such good ideas. Anyways, if you love this podcast, you'll fucking be obsessed with the Substack, because it's real shit that I actually use and put into place. Okay, moving on. Tomorrow we are meeting with the owner of the business, the one that I've been talking about. And I'm just so excited. I'm a little bit nervous. And the thing is I know I always tell you guys, dress for like how you feel on the inside is how you feel on the outside, right? But these are like English proper cunts. Oh, so I've been thinking about, what the fuck am I going to wear? Because this has nothing to do with entertainment or whatever, right? It's just like kind of like businesswoman chic. How full out should I be? I mean, I'm already going to go like this. I'm already going to have the makeup. I'm already going to have the nails. I'm already going to have the rings. Hello, I have an amethyst bigger than God. Okay. Like, I'm already going like this. I'm thinking suit, my plaid suit. Very interesting to see how I act in this. I don't know. I'm just a little nervous, which is good. I think it's good in life to do things that you're going to be nervous for. And they don't want to meet over the phone. They want to meet in person. So I don't know how long this is going to go for. I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know, I don't really know. Because what you have to do in these scenarios when one business owner is meeting with another business owner is build trust that you are the smart, quick, efficient, do what they say what they mean kind of fucking people that they feel comfortable with their head on the pillow at night. Trusting to run their business that they've taken 20 years to actually make. And that you have the chutzpah and the wherewithal and the rapport to take that and make great connections and continue the business. So kind of have to put your best foot forward. And I'm really excited. I'm just so excited. It's something so new and so fun. With all that, let's get into some Q&A with some TNA. Don't forget, you can email me, dearjuju@dearjuju.com, or you can text, if you're in America, my Google number, which is 323-515-9338. You can also text me if you have any questions that you want to submit for the podcast. Submit a question. Did you just have some drama? Do you want to know how to handle it? Like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Dear Juju, what is the one thing that you can do to make the mundane feel magnificent? Oh, light a candle. Light candles. Just light all the candles. Okay? Light candles, play music, pour yourself a drink. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That was fast. Dear Juju, I have a question about cooking. I love to cook, but actually, I've been thinking lately, do you believe that cooking is an act of love or an act of control? Oh, oh, absolutely. It's an act of control. I want to control what's in my food. I want to control how fucking good my dinner is or my dessert. And I know that I'm a good cook. So I'm going to do it. If you want something done right, do it your damn self. You know that saying? And I want my shit done right. And if it's not me, then I only want to go to a place where there's other fucking chefs that I trust, that I know that are going to deliver. Yeah, so it is an act of love and it's also an act of control. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's why I love people who love to cook, because there is a sense of dignity and pride about what they take, about what they're going to ingest into their bodies. Dear Juju, what's a rule that you live by that others might find outrageous? I don't do things for money. Because, honey, let me tell you, if I did, your girl, she would be in a very different place. I think that's what being in my 20s, I was around, there was no social media, for one, and I was around a lot of famous people, and I'm a cute, spunky girl. So there definitely were times that I could have dated people, that I could have hung out in cliques, that I could have, been around a certain crowd and profited off of it, and profited off it completely. But I actually didn't like those people. And I didn't want to hang out with those people. And I didn't want to do the things that they were doing. So I didn't fucking do it. And I think that's really important. I didn't hang out with people, date people, or take gigs just based on money. Like, if my heart isn't in it, then I'm not doing it. And that's what was kind of interesting about this boring business thing that lane that my husband's decide to take us down. But my heart is in it because it is a boring business, but it's for my family and it's for my kids. And that's the thing that, like, my sister told me when I started my jewelry business. And I had a hard time really getting to that tipping point of making a lot of money with it. She was like, listen, you're a good businesswoman. You're clearly artistic. You have excellent taste, but not all businesses make that kind of money. And this one specific boring business has the potential. And that passing that on to my kids and learning something new and going through the new things of life is actually really fun and interesting to me. And the fact that my husband loves it and really wants to do it and have a sense of security with him, that's, my heart is in it. My heart, I don't know if it's exactly in that actual thing. Like, I wouldn't have started it, but I can maintain it to give a financial freedom that we are wanting and looking for as we get older, right? So my heart is in it in a different way as I mature. But when I was in my 20s, honey, you could not have put anything in front of me. If my heart wasn't in it, I wasn't doing it. And I had to kind of learn that because I dated a lot of broke motherfuckers because my heart was in it. Which, and it's like, okay, come on. Your heart can still be in someone who can make money, right? You're still worthy of certain things. But yeah, as a general rule, if my heart's not in it in one way or another, I absolutely won't do it. I don't care about the shiny price tag. I don't care about the glossy celebrity or the big dick, It was just like, nope, sorry. Dear Juju, if your life were a show, it fucking is. Hello, do you see me? I'm in my room filming it for you. What scene would you play just for the sheer drama of it? Wow. Well, I would say the most dramatic things that have ever happened in my life are my son being born. I was extremely dramatic. And he's a dramatic little boy. And it's just very clear that that's how he came into the world. I don't know, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know if he's dramatic because of how he came into the world so dramatically, or if he's dramatic so he came in dramatically. You know what I mean? I don't know which is which. I don't know. But basically, I had preeclampsia and my blood pressure was extremely high and my hand was swollen like the Nutty Professor. But I was hell-bent. I was stubborn, not him, on him coming naturally vaginal. And I told my doctor, he is coming through my vagina one way or another. So I spent 3 days on this magnesium that makes you feel so fucked up. And it made him feel fucked up because he was getting it too, but he was never in distress. Then I actually got to the pushing point. And once I got to the pushing point, he had a short cord and there was molding and he couldn't get past. And so we had to go into emergency C-section. But by that time, I was so fucking drained, Eric. So I told my husband to spit in my mouth. They wouldn't give me any water because they didn't want me to throw up. I told him, spit in my mouth. And he was like, I'm not spitting in your mouth. I said, my mouth is so dry. If you fucking love me, spit in my mouth. And he spat in my mouth. And it actually made me feel better. I knew what I needed. I was like, oh God, thank you. Thank you. And I kind of came to a little bit. So don't tell me I don't know what I need. Sometimes you just need to be spat on, okay, as a woman. Yeah, but I would say the birth of my son, I would replay that. I'd probably be screaming at the TV. I'd be like, bitch, just get a C-section. You're going to end up there anyways. You shouldn't end up in such distress. Because then he was taken away from me for 24 hours. Very sad. I would probably play that again because then when I first did meet him and hold him in my arms and everything, oh my God. Now my daughter out one James Brown song. They tapped me up. They laid me down. I couldn't feel anything from my tits down. They cut me open. They got her out. Boom. She was on my chest. So it's very different. But yeah, that's something that I would definitely replay is the birth of my son. All right. I can't wait to keep you up to date on how my new gig goes, how it goes tomorrow. I'll make sure to show you what I wear. I love you. You are a superstar. Don't ever fucking forget it. Don't shine. Don't hide your little light. And I won't hide mine tomorrow. I promise you that. All right. I love you and I'm out. See you next week. Mwah.